All right, everybody, this is a big one. We've had some pretty awesome partnerships with Palantir over the past couple months. This one is an interesting one. This one's unique. I just saw this as I woke up, and this is something we got to talk about because it's one hell of a deal. All right, here we go. Palantir has partnered with Hertz, October 19, 2022. Hertz and Palantir Technologies, a leading builder of operating systems for the modern enterprise, today announced a multi-year partnership to help drive operational excellence at Hertz and enhance the customer experience using real-time data-driven insights. This investment is part of Hertz's ongoing commitment to modernize its technology platforms to lead in electrification, shared mobility, and a digital-first customer experience. This is going to be really interesting as we read through it. Tim Langley, the chief information officer at Hertz, says technology is an important lever to stay ahead of our ever-evolving consumer expectations and a key enabler for our strategy to deliver world-class experience. For those that don't know what Hertz is, it's a car rental experience. So if you land in a new state in America and you're like at an airport and you got to rent a car, you usually go through Hertz. There's other competitors, obviously, but Hertz is the main one. Our partnership with Palantir enables us to harness our data in innovative new ways that will get our customers on the road more quickly, improve our cost structure, and reduce the complexities of operating a large fleet as we continue investing in electrification. Now, what is Hertz using Palantir for? Hertz is using the Palantir Foundry operating system to create a platform that will help the company more efficiently manage and operate its fleet of nearly 500,000 vehicles, which includes tens of thousands of EVs. We know that Hertz made a pretty big deal with Tesla, I think back in early 2021 or mid 2021, where Tesla, they agreed to buy a couple thousand Teslas as a result of their partnership. The platform will provide vehicle availability insights based on rental status, service orders, location, and registration data to create a single source of truth that algorithmically makes the best use of assets to decrease out-of-service vehicles, all of which will significantly reduce operating costs and help customers get on the road faster. In the early stages of implementation, Hertz has already seen a reduction in time from vehicle purchase to rent and a decline in out-of-service rates through predictive fleet operations. Now, what they're saying here is when you have rental status, you have service orders, location, registration data, all of these different key variables that ultimately point to the company's sort of KPIs, right? Key performance indicators of how the business is doing. You put all of that together into a single source of truth. What is that called? That's the ontology for those who are fans of Palantir or understand Palantir's business model, which takes those disparate sources of data and puts them together in one single source of truth. Now, did Hertz not have one single source of truth before working with Palantir? Probably not, right? They had some elements of it. It's not like the data was just all scattered everywhere. It's a question of how it can become more technologically efficient and effective by using Palantir's Foundry to truly create an operating system that actually allows them to make data-driven decisions. And the fact that they've already seen reduction in time from vehicle purchase to rent, which is more money for Hertz because that means more people are able to rent, more people are able to have a smoother experience, more people are able to come back and use Hertz in the future. I mean, in the early stages of implementation, to already see an actual ability for the platform to work and a decline in out-of-service rates through predictive fleet operations, that's where you use AI ML to sort of predict what will happen in the future, simulate those types of hypothetical scenarios, and then take action based upon those simulations. That's just incredible. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. Shyam Sankar's chief operating officer says, "We are beyond excited to work alongside Hertz to make the most of their sizable fleet and once again show the impact of combining data and operations to influence key business objectives. Hertz has shown their continued commitment to being an innovator in the market, including their industry-leading focus on electric mobility, and we're proud to help them along their path to digital transformation." Not bad at all. So a couple of key things I want to talk about here as a result of this partnership. So let's talk about the first thing, which is working with Hertz. Now, working with Hertz is really important because it shows another approach to a data-driven insight or a data-driven model being implemented within something that needs data-driven insights. So you think about Hertz, 500,000 vehicles, they're managing it across all the states in the United States. I think Hertz is international. I'm honestly not sure if they're in other countries, but the fact that they're in the United States means that there's a ton of different states that need registration data, vehicle data, when it's being picked up, when it's being purchased, all of these different things, and they need to be able to algorithmically understand that in a meaningful way. Palantir being the operating system they're using, and not Snowflake, not Databricks, right? Not all these other companies, kind of shows to me either Palantir had a good sales team to be able to get this deal done, or it honestly is the actual answer to their problems, and they were able to craft a customized solution to them that was just better than whatever else the market could offer. And as a result, they were able to implement Palantir's solution, which is amazing. Number two is Tesla. Right, so Hertz has a lot of Teslas. In fact, on the little cover photo that was with this press release, there was a picture of a Tesla with a Hertz logo on it and Palantir's logo as well for the press release, which was also very interesting here. We've been rumored that Palantir is working with Tesla. There's a lot of reasons why Palantir could work with Tesla, especially when it comes to electric vehicles, especially when it comes to building EV operating systems, supply chains, logistics, optimizing the grid. There's so many different elements where we think that Palantir could really meaningfully work with Tesla. You've got Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, that connection, that there's so many different ways in which this could probably happen. The fact that a lot of Hertz or a decent amount of their fleet are Teslas and Palantir is implementing with that data, it just gives you a little of a hunch that, okay, Palantir is working with the actual Tesla cars, even if it's not in Tesla, even if it's with Hertz. And maybe that's setting up for some actual potential partnership that we get in the future. Because if we do, I mean, that's the day that would be really, really crazy. We've already rumored that they've been working together before, but there's nothing beneficial on that. Third piece of analysis here. Wejo. So Wejo is one of Palantir's SPACs, and I just went to Las Vegas and I got to speak to the CEO of Wejo, Richard Barlow, and the argument in Wejo is that Palantir Foundry allows them to create a connected vehicle data platform around mobility. Wejo has like 90 billion data points all around the United States. OEMs basically trust Wejo as the operating system to use within their sensors that are already built into their cars to go through Wejo's proprietary platform and allow them to understand data-driven insights on how the cars are doing. So for a simple example is in insurance, right? In order to underwrite insurance, sometimes you want to know if someone's a good driver or a bad driver, and Wejo's automated AI data within those cars allows you to get that data. Traffic weather, you're able to pull insights based on Wejo's data. There's so many different use cases for it, which is why Wejo has built a pretty awesome business. Palantir obviously invested in them because they saw a lot of potential in using Foundry at the intersection of what Wejo's doing, and Palantir and Wejo collaborated on what they call the next generation EV operating system, which will allow Palantir's Foundry to work with Wejo's data to make sure network operators, municipalities, and towns can all communicate with each other to protect the electric grid. If you see what's going on in California, where too many people are using the grid and the government has to be like, hey, don't use the grid because it's so bad right now. That's a use case for why protecting the grid is important. So Palantir is not new to the game when it comes to working with cars, when it comes to working with car data, when it comes to working with fleet management. I mean, this is a partnership that actually makes a lot of sense to me, given their partnership with Wejo, which I know the stock price has been hit, but they manage 90 billion data points. Like, they're a very, very big company in this automotive connected mobility space. And eventually, if they're able to keep working, I think they're gonna be a pretty decently big company. And so Palantir's been able to work with them, right? Palantir's been able to actually execute with them. Palantir's been able to build entire operating systems with them in the context of EV and protecting the grid. So them working with a car management company, especially in the realm of connected mobility and bringing a single source of truth to understand all of that data at scale. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible to me. That's interesting to me. And I think that's exciting. I think that shows that there's more future partnerships like this in the future. The last thing I'll say here is Palantir's worked with Chrysler, right? Palantir has literally worked with Stellantis and all these other automotive companies to be able to optimize their supply chains and logistics within their actual factories. They've been able to give data to these car manufacturers so people don't lose their jobs at these factories, but they're able to use Palantir Foundry to enhance them and do better at their jobs. So you've got a company that has worked in the automotive space for the past decade now in a variety of different ways, whether it comes with Wejo, which is like next-gen automation, or whether it comes to supply chains and logistics in a Fiat Chrysler plant. And you've got all that experience coming together to ultimately land this deal with Hertz, which is a pretty cool deal in my opinion, and hopefully a stepping stone to land an even bigger deal with Tesla one day. I know that's like maybe out there, but that would be really awesome if that happens. So this is awesome stuff. This was great news as I saw this morning. I think this is really, really dope for Palantir. Let's see what they can do further from it. And let's see what other partnerships they can get as a result of it. But, they just got $800 million of governmental deals over the past month in September. Now they're launching some more commercial partnerships, which I would love to see before earnings. Earnings are coming out November 7th. I'll be live streaming that on the channel. But the fact that they're able to get, more commercial partnerships, and if they can keep expanding that at the same with government, this is, there's a real growth story here. Now, are we going to see a move in the stock price? Probably not. Because the macro does not care. Even when we rally, the macro does not care. But these are the fundamentals of that is being put in the business, I believe, over the next year and a half for it to actually be able to get to the point where the stock price can reflect it. But you've got to have these fundamentals in place. You've got to have these deals in place, and you've got to have them showing the potential that they can truly be a transformative company. And deals like this, I think, to me, start to validate that. So thanks so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.